Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Um, let's continue drawing, planning, talking about stuff. Let me just organize everything here because I was at work doing stuff, and now I'm ready to draw or plan or do whatever, whatever I feel like it. Uh, but I'm quite tired, I guess. But I'll be talking about stuff about work and work is never over because I'm doing this uh you know doing this on top of doing work. And finally I solved an issue with uh the chat that wasn't like visible last stream, so hopefully now it's working. Say, let me test that. Right. Okay. So yeah, this is the third stream, the stream that should make things go, you know, in one direction. Which direction I want to choose, I have no idea, but let's see. I guess last stream I was working on this drawing, and I guess I was just finish it, just polish that. I don't have any plans for today, where I'll be talking about the experience of work and what are my predictions on the future of the channel or the future of this project or the other projects that I'll be working on. Hello, Eve. Welcome to the stream. Let me check one more thing here, and let's continue drawing. Right. Let's go. Ooh, up chat. Chat. Let me close the. Let me close the window. Have some privacy, I guess. So, yeah. So, on top of doing this, I will be working 9 to 5, and it has been a pretty good experience so far. So, has a lot of, uh, has a pretty good work culture, and I'm really glad to know, to know, to be part of it, I guess. I can't really go into details of what I'm doing or where I am, but it's a great place, and hopefully I'll be I'll be working there, getting getting experience, which is exactly the thing that I'm lacking of, and I pretend to use it to fuel uh my things, I guess. So yeah, let's continue. This is the line art. So I erased a few stuff here. few areas are a bit too strong. I plan to remove them. But I have to do in a way that is I can't do that. mm, Usually I have problems when things get, a bit too uh, strange for the rendering, but perhaps just remove most of the things that are kind of a gradient stuff, and then that can I can remove most of the problems. So this is a gradient that is supposed to be the blush. If I remove it and then overpaint, then add the blush later, guess it will be easier to work with. New stream schedule, huh? Yep. Hopefully it will be consistent. But yeah, around this time, maybe maybe a bit later. I have no idea. Hello, Jacob. Are you back? Am I back? Well, you can find out what happened with me with my first stream of this channel. I guess my uh, what the first stream that I was talking about. All the things that happened. But yeah, I'm back and welcome, Reverie and Jacob. But it has some drawbacks, some debuffs and buffs on my current situation. So I can't really say that I'm completely back. Uh, it's if I were to make like a analogy, I would describe it as being uh, like learning how to walk again, because you had all this life walking in like uh just going full speed, and then you hit something, you know, and you can't really do stuff the same way that you did back then. I had a lot of time a few years ago, and did I really spend that time wisely to just grind the fuck out of of art? Not really, but I don't really regret it. Are you working at an animation studio? Not at all. It's not in the area of of not on the uh, entertainment industry. I guess it's not on that side. Unfortunately, I really like the entertainment industry or just animations and illustrations, but it has like a chronic problem of lack of opportunities in general. And even if you have the skills to back it up, it doesn't mean that you get the work, and the work is uh for the work is not it does not pay well in a sense that you can keep afloat steadily with that work. So unfortunately, no, it's in a different field, but it's fine. I have a lot of things going on that uh, that I have like no uh, that I can use to fuel my entertainment or drawing stuff. That doesn't take a lot of time for me to. So I have like 3 hours of drawing every day, maybe, if I don't sleep because I'm tired. Damn, are you in the west or east of the world? I can't really say that. Some people know, but it's a secret. Hello, Taiso. Welcome. Hey boss, he returned. Yes, I returned. And you can see what happened in my other streams if you wish to know what happened. Overall, a lot of things changed in my personal life. Personal life? So I'll be taking a while to just get used to the new schedule and just trying to direct my efforts in a different way, I guess. Because um, because life is unpredictable, right? uh, guess I have to merge everything, just paint everything. Hello, Samuel, or Ice. I don't even remember the names, but I kind of recognize the cat profile picture. What you're saying is that you were secretly married in this entire time, and now you have a kid. Seems like every artist is creating out babies now. I wish. Do I wish that? I don't know. Honestly, I wasn't like. Uh, I haven't ever been in a relationship, anyways. So that seems like a very unlikely outcome. But it's mostly just I got a job. That's basically the that's that's just a TLDR. I got a job and I have to go between them. Uh, if I remove this, guess it works. Is my man working for Psy Games? Nexon? Not really. It's not in the field of entertainment, unfortunately. Even though I wish I had that opportunity to work for game companies, you know, making illustrations for popular people, that would be awesome. But no, it's in a different field. If I remove this, what this? I had an art friend get some work from there, and he's doing merchandise as trial period. Oh, that's pretty nice. Like we have Nexon, Psy Games. I'm not really sure if Nexon is. I think it's a different company from Hyperglyph, right? From like Arknights, Hyperglyph, Nexon, Psy Games. There's like another one, which is the League of Legends. What is it called? Uh, company. I forgot. It's like that big company, Chinese company that I forgot the name of. What's the name of that company? I don't even remember. Tencent. No, it's Riot Games, but it's a conglomerate from Tencent. Riot Games. Nexon is Korean. Arknight is Chinese. Yoster. Yeah, run the game in the West. And Psy Games, I think, Eastern. Yeah, it would be pretty nice to see people working from for Psy Games, but usually I don't really see the artist behind some of their stuff. I know that some pretty famous artists like uh, Saito Naoki Sensei is worked on like a few designs like Heishi Amazon. Uh, there's another one, Narita Taishin, I guess. So it was kind of recognizable style. So it's pretty nice, but I don't think they credited him, like saying that he was responsible for that design specifically. And for Arknights, they usually credit them, but for like a few of them, um, like very rarely I see them not crediting. But I know that Lee Duke is responsible for the design of Enfield. Um, like there are like a bunch of games that share the same artist. They just do that freelance work, like Azure Lane and all of that stuff. I thought Doremi got absolutely obliterated in Korea after what happened with Project KV. I thought he was going to spend the rest of his days making artwork for packets of instant ramen. But he's back on Twitter. I wonder how the heck he got out so easily. Was that the case of? I guess that was another case of plagiarism, right? Pleasure, plagiarizing stuff. I've seen that happening for Semmo. I guess it was Semmo. Yeah, but it it's interesting because Semmo. I think I saw that they did a new art for Enfield. So I guess they have the means to work on projects, even though they had cases of plagiarism. I feel like that's they already have like a pretty good relationship with the company. So it's like they got lucky to have a pretty nice relationship with that company. So some of them, if they are like plagiarizing constantly, they can't like it's unreasonable, right? So they have to be like kind of blacklisted from it. But usually, what I see is that they work on some other stuff. Anyways, worse than plagiarism, corporate espionage. Oh God, ran away with the project. I see. Turns out they stole assets from Nexon to make their game. That's yeah, that's pretty bad. It's like I know that Sammo used like a Monster Hunter kind of a texture from a monster that they had. So even though that was like a small thing, small detail from from the clothes, that was still like a kind of a deal that made them cut ties with Samo and uh Hyperglyph or Yostar. I don't remember which company. So yeah, you know for yeah this one, that one Doremi, that's pretty sad. If Doremi got out easy, but I think that Warrior is getting screwed in prison. No, uh, I mean plagiarism is it's harsh, right? I feel like it's a pretty common reaction to great ideas, but at the same time, has that energy that you have to just has that like it is a problem that no one wants to deal with, like to deal of to deal with being creative and being uh, doing like some innovations on iterations on things that already exist or doing something quite new. So if someone has a good idea, they might steal, and you have all that. Yeah, this style is mine. This style is mine. This idea is mine. And um, but I guess I don't know. It's like for a large scale, that's quite bad, and you can go for uh, things that are a bit more serious to enter in a court case, I guess. But for a smaller scale, that's kind of difficult, right? Do I even? Mm, guess I'll be making a copy first and merging everything. Yeah, you know that's exactly the thing that I've been uh, struggling with, and I want to practice that. That is, uh, how do you even practice creativity, right? Creative endeavors, like learning how to be creative and without like plagiarizing people or just doing fan art. I feel like that's another skill that people have to learn on their own. Sure, we have like workshops, we have mentorships that could help with that. But at the same time, I don't know, when people get like so focused on getting that skill level in a way that is like attractive to people on the market, sometimes they don't have that spark of joy or of interesting things to depict. I feel like you can never be original, but you can always be fresh, and that freshness is also reset. You know, after a few years, few decades. Star Wars was heavily based off the book Dune. Yeah, Dune. Kurosawa films unironically consume good media. Exactly. Or just, be the tailblazer of going blind. And I feel like going blind is a pretty interesting thing because it might be that you reach quite a similar conclusion to some other story because uh, because it's quite common to just use your personal stories and uh, like things from your culture to base off the consequences of that story or the likeness of things. Uh, but like going blind has its own value. I feel like it's, but it's hard, right? Because it looks bad. I don't think people would like to have like bad drawings. It's like uh this character is supposedly original. It's the identity of this channel in a way, and people would recognize as me, kind of, but it's not, right? But if I were to just match original ideas in a without like being like, oh yes, this girl has like a uniform and has like horns and like elf ears and is cute and has like ponytails and whatever. Is uh, there's stuff like that on the internet. There's stuff like that people uh already drew that looks like my OC anyways. I think small projects is a good way to build creativity. Exactly. Maybe because my projects are quite large or they're quite ambitious. Um, but I definitely have to step down and think about what's the level that I'm working with, uh, and what's my technical capabilities to work on that project. And I feel like I will never be ready to tackle them in to make that full potential go and you know to be to be born with full potential. It's hard. I don't think that will ever happen. So I shall draw. I shall do it. Exactly what I was talking about here. Don't worry about achieving and don't expect too much because well, I'm working a second job or the main job, and that main job will take a lot of time for me. So yeah, just doing some, you know, I'm just managing the layers here. Uh, so it's it gets easier. I'm just blending most of the things here. I guess this is fine. Pure Cup. Hello, Silver Comet. Welcome. Miss Croissant. 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 Miss Croissant. Horns. Croissant. The poster child of your account. Exactly. I have to redesign this. Maybe because I don't have the old ones. So more planning for the stream. I actually want to finish this. Maybe I should use it as my profile picture again until I make another one. I was actually thinking about uh, doing like a different character, the character that I did like a while back, the orange, uh, orange hair that I had, but I don't think I have that right now. But I guess I have the. Where is it? Where is it? No, concepts. Oh, I actually backed it up. So I was working with this. I have to update to make some changes on her horn here. I feel like if I add some, some bumps here at the edges, and make it a bit more interesting, like here, because it feels like it's a bit too, geometrical still. Because this one is very dynamic. I feel like. This one is like trying to go like with those little steps here. I actually like them, but it's very difficult to draw them. Because the first version that I drew, or that was like drawing, was like something like V1 to V2. Uh, and like I was planning on just making that proportion stuff, but drawing from this angle here, it's really hard. Uh, Drawing for because there's like this angle here that goes like, oh, if I could open, okay, this angle here, to translate that to drawing in different angles, that sucks. That really sucks. And I'm pretty sure that people will have a lot of issues with that. So there's another stuff here, like the thickness of the tail. I wish it was a bit thicker here at the base and a bit more textured. Because the concept that I did back then was a bit more, a bit hardier, I feel like. But I don't feel like that's the intention anymore. I feel like I will be going for the opposite end of it this time. So it will be pretty interesting to work with that again. So, but right now I can't really complain that much. I don't have enough time to do so. And I'm already like an hour in. Fuck. And I did nothing. I did nothing. Okay, so this is separated. I can just. All right. I can just start fixing stuff, I guess. So I guess I didn't really make some. I didn't really talk about my projects that much because that was the stage where I thought that talking with people or just being like, focused on talking, uh, explaining my project would be kind of a waste of time, or it would take a lot of time from me thinking about the idea. And it's still true, but now I have the time to just stream for fun. That has a different value, right? That's something that I have to work on, like work on speaking with people, work on the ideas themselves, and just being like fine with the small steps that I'm taking right now. Because that's exactly what will happen for like 10, 20 years, 30 years. And time will pass, I guess. And if I don't do the projects right now, I might never do it. I might never do it. Honestly, I might never do it. And the only requirement is like being like physically well enough to do it, to have like few hours uh, a day to work on this. And overall, just, persevere, I guess. And I hope you guys are also working on some stuff like that in your personal life, going for like, uh, you know, getting into uni, working in a specific company, doing your own work, uh, your own story, whatever stuff in your mind. Cause yeah, the dreams are too big, right? I feel like having hope is uh, having hope and not giving up hope is probably the only requirement to have like some kind of achievement, even though it's not like what you expect, right? And I feel like that's a pretty good reminder to have to be having in your life, especially when things keep happening and you can really control what life demands out of you. But you can definitely control, uh, you know, watching YouTube for too many hours, or gaming for too many hours, or just scrolling, doom scrolling, whatever, and managing your expectations on the things and working in a in an easier path, and knowing that most of it you will fail. So it has been quite of a I've been contemplating most of that stuff, because that's exactly the process of grieving the opportunities that I'm giving up, kind of giving up, from not working on the industry, or not really having time to do the things that I want because I have a job. But that's probably the life of millions of people. So it's not like I have a it's not like I have a priority. It's not like I have the best idea out there. It's just that it has to. I guess the only requirement is to make it is to make it is to make it exist in the first place, and then later I can draw conclusions on if that was financially worth it. But I know that most of it was, uh, you know, it was worth it in a way that is like, drawing is fun. Doing things with your hand and working on projects like this is, uh, you know, it's great. And that's only if you have the affinity to work on those stuff, and if you like it, if you have fun. Don't hate yourself. You can live an existence like me, where I haven't improved in nearly 5 years because I struggle to sit down and focus. I guess just knowing what your problem is it's very like a nice way to, to start things, and just being the type of person that wants to change that. Because I'm also like lazy. I want to be sleeping right now. or I want to just do some other stuff or just give up on everything because I'm fearing for my life. My parents, they're gonna die, man. My friends, they're gonna die, man. Things that you've dreamed of. Uh, goat is washed. Your heroes, they will turn into villains in your lifetime. It's insane, man. The amount of people that I was like looking up to, and it's like, oh no, they're like the worst people imaginable. That kind of stuff, or like uh, things happening, people dying. Because well, if you watched my first stream, I talk about that, about a friend, a specific friend that is quite relevant to the whole stuff, and made me feel quite bad. I'm still grieving, but things will change. It's inevitable. Hello, hello, Novel. Welcome to the stream. Has been a while, huh? Welcome back. Thank you. Welcome back too. So I'm not really sure if you watched my other streams. I give better context on what's been happening in my life, but too long didn't read. I got a job that is not creative field, so I won't have a lot of time to work on the things that I want anymore. But at the same time, I have income. First time in 5 years. Amazing. Not a while. It's a long time. Exactly. Has been more like a year, right? Like it's not like a year because uh, I was like streaming on a limited uh, time frame and interaction for a while, uh, like 6 months ago. But that doesn't count, right? It doesn't count like a normal interaction like this. So yeah, has been like more like 9 months. Yeah, it's nice to be back. It's nice. To, it's nice to practice speaking with you guys, speaking with people while drawing, cause I'm rusty, man. I didn't draw that much this year, and it's already in the middle of the. I don't want to think about it, but things have been going pretty well in my life, even though in some areas people are struggling and uh, not existing anymore, and changes keep happening, and I will miss them. Oh, you're smart enough to draw and talk at the same time. I can't do that. I don't know, man. I guess I just shut off my brain. I shut off my shut off my brain and just try to talk and draw at the same time. Just going for that glimpse of, oh yeah, this needs some stuff here, because I'm not really like focused on doing the perfect line or the perfect correction, anyways. So I'm just kind of brushing everything, kind of trying to, you know, put everything under the rug, kind of stuff. And you can see that I'm just changing stuff in a minimal way, and slowly it's just changing. I feel like working with logic on light and shadows really helped me to get in the flow state of, yeah, if light is coming from this direction, I need so that the shadows are like in some specific areas here that are like, that is like on the opposite side of of the light source. And if I have a shadow, I would also have the environment reflecting out of it, and I can just abstract that as an element here of reflection. Depends on the material, the texture, whatever. Um, and that also completes, because I feel like the what makes some drawings complete is like a clear light source, clear light source, ambient occlusion, ambient occlusion, which would be areas where light is not really able to reach, ambient light, which is bounce light, light that is coming from the environment, which is not the direct light source from the light source, or it could be from the light source, but it's like bouncing from other objects around the scene. Since this background is white, there's nothing here. I could abstract it as being like a reflective light, as being white, almost like uh, unrealistically white, but it's not like I need to do that. Another thing that could help is gradients, which is like, you have the gradient here coming from saturated orange to brown, and that also makes the whole face area here, the facial area, a bit lighter, because if you remove it, I can't really remove it, right? Let's see if the old one, this one, if I remove it, uh, if you look in a smaller scale, you can see that there's a very defined shape uh, in front of her face. But if I make this in a lighter value with like some color, I could abstract it as being like a kind of a translucent effect for the hair, and you can also place it in other places. Because the gradient happens with the turn of the farm. The farm is like you have a sphere, and that sphere is like has like a boundary of where light hits and where light is not hitting. But also there's like this terminator part that has like some glow, some effect of color sometimes, like from uh, what is called, from subsurface scattering, whatever the hell. And I guess those things you can just kind of internalize, but it's you know it's kind of getting used to it. I feel like it's not like I remember all of them. It's not like I implement all of them. uh oh god, so many messages. Well, a job that not related to creativity thing. Yeah, don't worry. I've lost family too. Hopefully, it was something that was naturally took its course. It wasn't. It wasn't. I guess it would be interesting for you to, well, trigger warning. Uh, uh, stuff that is not like taking your own life. So if you don't really want to know about that stuff, I don't feel like it's a good idea to watch or to hear about. But it was a friend of mine. It was a very meaningful friend of mine, and you know, uh, it has. I have a lot of considerations to be like to be talking, to note. But I guess I talked a lot on that stream. As far as I remember, the last time I drew something was early 2026. I made some homunculus manga tribute, fan art, uh, black and white. That's pretty nice. Then I don't draw anymore until I don't know. I just got so frustrated at drawing. I hate my own expectation. My expectations on drawing always makes me frustrated and not enjoy drawing anymore. Mm. And that's like that's probably the expectations of uh, my personal expectations as well, right? It's not like I'm performing the best right now, and I don't think I've ever performed my best. Uh, Sometimes I just look at a few streams and think like, oh my god, how did I do this like without you know uh like in one shot? It's insane. then I remember that I was mostly on the flow state. I wasn't like worrying about the outcome, the expectations. I was like, let's just draw this in this way and let's see how it happens. Or just let's see me uh, doing some lines here and just painting some areas. Let's see how it works. So yeah, I feel like the worst barriers of art improvement is mostly just psychological. I guess everything in life, the psychological barrier is really, really bad. And surely we will be surpassing the age of being like, we need to be skillful enough, especially with AI. Like, wow, AI will do everything for us, or whatever the hell. Uh, but at the same time, there is not much to be done with how we feel, right? Or how things turned out uh, in the end. Hello, God, I don't even know how to read your name. No, N- Noeve. Welcome. Good day. Yeah, good day. Well, I'm tired. I feel like I drank some coffee and now I'm tired and I feel like I don't work well with coffee. I tried. I actually like coffee, but yeah, I'm feeling like shit right now. I don't feel like working. I feel like I want to sleep and just go to work later. So let's go draw for fun. Then me frustrated, self blame because not understanding color and not improving. And yeah, that's complicated stuff. I do like watching lectures about that stuff. I really like, Dr. K stuff about shame and stuff. I'm pretty sure that most people have seen that, and I'm really inspired by all of that. You can also see that coming from my own monologue. uh, so I've been like internalizing that stuff for a few months already, and it really helps, right? And I feel like as like a thing that happened with me and worked out pretty well was like trying out without really expecting much or just doing it without like just trying to do it without like uh if you feel that, try to sit with that emotion and then start picking up the pen and draw anything and expect it to be bad. And I did a lot of it, like drawing bad stuff uh to make me used to the feeling of not being enough. And I still feel like I'm not good enough, especially for the industry. And yeah, I need to practice more on that on that in that sense. Um, but it definitely has like that skill of managing the emotion. And I feel like some people misunderstand the feeling, just learning how to emotionally cope with all that stuff, especially when people think that drawing is mostly technical. But I don't feel like that's necessarily technical. Sure, like to create something is technical, but uh, the time that you lose by thinking about drawing, or the time that you gain by think about drawing, because it's like uh, it, it's like it happens at the same time. Thinking about it is not really acting on it, but thinking about it is also analyzing and collecting references. So it has some elements of things that are good from thinking about drawing and things that are bad that is mostly unproductive. But at the same time is a skill of its own that it's really hard to manage. And the hard part is that some people feel like that's underrated to just manage that. But that's exactly the time sink, right? The time sink of uh, managing your emotions and feeling like you're not good enough, and then losing most of your day feeling like shit and not drawing anyways. Instead of drawing things that you uh, instead of drawing anything, anything at all. And I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that right now. I don't feel like this drawing is good. I don't feel like it's going anywhere. I have a lot of issues, and I'm just trying to brush and just uh, sweeping things under the rug. Um, but since it's not for work, since I don't have that expectations of people counting on, marketing that stuff, and it's mostly for myself, and I can use my self critique to change stuff later, and just holding on that critique, uh, I guess everything will turn out nice. And even if it doesn't turn out right, because I feel like uh, the eyes are a bit too close to each other. Um, um, yeah, no, the tail here, whatever, the hands are pretty bad, but it's mostly just trying to, you know, do stuff. It's just the concept, so it wasn't like meant to be detailed. But at the same time, I have that critical mind, right? Uh, so head out now. Thank you for your comment. I'm gonna do something. All right. Thank you for being here. You know what? I do learn and analyze things like what you said, and it's worked only when I learned motion. Mm. I know that some areas are, you know, has like a different tactile experience. It's not like tactile, but it's like, when kind of dealing with them, it feels different. But I definitely believe that mm, uh, those things are you could use those skills to another thing in life, right? And drawing is mostly just I definitely feel that drawing is mostly trying to go against the thing that you want, and that's exactly where it hurts, right? Uh, 'Cause it sticks a knife uh, on that that expectation that you will draw the best if you learn how to draw like this or know a specific thing, but it never feel enough, or that you have an expectations of doing things for fun but ended up drawing for hire for work, or on the other way around. So art is really contradictory, hypocritical, and I like it. But at the same time, it's like, oh, I wish I had more time for that. Sure, I can use creativity and do art uh, in a different way that is not drawing. But like to get like in a level that I want, there's like that dedication that you need some hours here and there to work on that. So it's very difficult to do other stuff while studying or spending time with your drawing. Maybe I'm still afraid to draw something. Do not be afraid, my child. It is, yeah. I, you know, like, uh, by being here, I'm proving to people that it's not that hard to have things in your life going in a different direction, or like not feeling good enough, and just do that stuff anyways. And people will also help you with that if you want, in your personal life, in on the internet, surely. And there's that, that element of companionship happening here, because a lot of people are also lots of people are trying that same thing that you are trying to do, to achieve a certain quality to it. But so you don't feel really alone or afraid that you might fail, because one guarantee that I can give to you is probably that you will fail. And you can see that most of the things that I did, I ended up doing. I will not do it for work, right? I didn't finish my portfolio. I didn't really finish some of the fan arts that I did back then. I didn't really I didn't really made a conclusion to the studies that I was doing in a way uh that was nice, or the way that I was expecting. But at the same time, it's like, it's here. It's already like, I streamed that. It's already in my folder here. I practiced that. I remember. I can recall some stuff, and maybe that's a better thing to be having, right? Instead of to being afraid. I feel like the I feel like being afraid, if you want to be afraid of something, is to be afraid of having nothing to show for, in a sense that is like, you haven't been living life, so you can't really recall the last time that you didn't draw. And then uh, when you reach that stage, it's very easy to go for that loop from hell that makes you stuck in a state that is like, since I have nothing to show for, I might as well not do anything. And that's pretty bad, right? The way that I started streaming was like, kind of, it was like natural, or like it was out of uh, what was happening back then, of course. But it's not like I didn't have a lot of expectations. I was like, oh yeah, I have this opportunity to do it like this. Guess I should stream for a little bit, see if that's pretty nice. And now I'm back. Now I'm back. Even if things changed, and expectations changed, plans changed, I just open OBS, make my stream, go home, because there is another day. Being afraid of living is, uh, it's really sad to see. I'm just thinking, can I use your drawing for my motion? I do some Japanese artists, I already rigged it, but I do not ask for permissions for the artist and no response from the artist. Yeah, it's pretty hard to reach them, right? Currently, I don't think I'll be accepting that, because it's like, some internal project, so I'll be doing my own stuff here. But thank you for the offer anyways. If you want to do it anyways, but I don't really mind, but it's mostly just, I feel like it would be more interesting if you did the drawing and made that motion for that drawing. You know, I've seen some artists doing that for like live 2D, working with spine, and I follow them. It's pretty good. I wish I had that stuff. I remember one time that I was like, uh, Mimi, another streamer. If I remember correctly, he's streaming still, and I wish I could talk to him, but our our schedules is not matching that much right now. But he was also working on some live 2D stuff. But usually just doing a lot of work for reference. gathering some references and planning and drawing what they wish to, like their ideal character, I guess, the or the scenario that they have in their minds. But one of the things that that he was doing was like spine motion, live 2D. So that was pretty nice. I don't really watch them, so I was like browsing my YouTube channel, like, oh yeah, Mimi, I remember Silver Comet talking about him. So get really inspired by the by the effort by the effort that he plays doing that, and just seeing people working their 9 to 5, doing their stuff on the side, not in like that grind stuff, like trying to hustle culture uh type of vibe. It's more like being like, uh oh, I really love this, I want to be doing this, that's my hobby, and that's also my passion, and that's also something that I could make it to, you know, to be financially viable in a way. But uh these days it's very difficult to have opportunity to do that. Well, I don't even I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I feel like this is a bit too dark. Well, I do. I will. I want to learn drawing backgrounds for my own motion, but I just feel I just need to learn characters motion first. Then do it. Just go do it. Just do it. Um, sometimes you have like sometimes we have problems with like scheduling what's important to us, that we ended up doing nothing in the end. So I feel like uh you know, knowing what to prioritize is probably the best. And uh it's very nice that I'm able to stream while doing the things that I want. Of course not in that same what is called, in the same stride, in the same quality, the same because I'm drawing and talking at the same time. This, the cognitive load is higher, but it's nice to talk with people while drawing. But if I didn't have a lot of choices to uh, like working on my own stuff, and I just have limited time, I have limited internet to work, to stream, so I can't really stream or something like that. Or like if I have to focus on the stuff that I want, then yeah, I wouldn't be like streaming, because that's not really my priority right now. But at the same time, it's a pretty nice motivator, because most of the people that are watching me, they also like to see projects, I guess, or they just also want to learn drawing and just go with the journey, I guess. That also is a it's something that that takes a toll on me. But it's not something that is like something that you need to do, right? You can always remove more things in your priority list and work on the most basic thing, the most important thing. And I feel like that's the better way to start things, especially start things, because accounting for every situation is a pretty common misconception of being good at something, I feel like. Because I guess uh when I was a kid, like planning for things in general would lead me to better outcomes. Of course, just planning ahead when to leave home, or to plan ahead things um to bring to the space that I was going to, or having that prediction mindset was pretty good in specific areas of my life. But I'm pretty sure that it's not like a reality for uh, art or drawing or creative things, because they take a long time. They take too long sometimes, and you have like that break of expectations that it's taking too long. Please, someone put me out of out of my misery, because it's taking too long, and I can't live a life where I can't predict my outcomes. And there's surely people that are like working like that, because medical stuff, like autism, what else, some different diagnostics that also has some time blindness stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure that's something that you can work on in a way, to just deal with that uncertainty, with drawing, with everything related to art, because it's a very grow area, because art is like the embodiment of uncertainty. One day you're like you're like celebrating that you got a job, and the other day you're like fighting for scraps. It's insane. I do learn 2D VFX. There are some practices that are uploaded on my personal Instagram. I just need to upgrade my own motion. I do pixel art too. I hope trigger my I hope that trigger my drawing hobbies to come back, but it's not yet, and not enough. Still waiting that something will trigger my drawing hobbies. I don't think anyone will save you in in that sense, because I feel like in the direction that you're taking, you'll probably be in a situation where uh, you're like dealing with the regret of not drawing that time that you had the opportunity to draw, uh, and you have to face most of that emotional charge of not good enough right now, or you know that stuff. So instead of doing that, you could just draw for fun, draw for whatever, draw the silly thing here, draw the what is it called, draw the what it's called, Chubby Long from Ark Knight's Enfield that I don't remember. Fuck. See how beautiful it is? Do I need a lot of skill to draw this cute little creature? It's so fun. It's so fun. It's so fun. You see? I didn't need a lot of time to do that. I can just go back and draw that stuff. Hello, Kingslayer. Welcome. Just saying hi, going to bed now. Alright. Well, welcome. Hope you're having a good time. I hope you're also drawing. Uh, it's better, but this area here. So I spent a lot of time not drawing this year. Basically, the first half of this year, I didn't really draw much, and I had some stuff to draw, like to. I was like, of course, I was dealing with grief. Uh, I was dealing with some work stuff as well, um, but the days that I felt like, yeah, this will be the time, or I will just pick up the pen and just draw some random stuff. I ended up finishing the drawings that I was like meant to finish that time. So even in a situation where I was like ready to move on or just going for a different job, whatever the hell. So I don't really believe that you can just I feel like uh, just procrastinating on that is it's hard it's actually a bit more cruel than giving up or just calling to give up, because you can't ever make a commitment of giving up drawing, right? But you cannot just draw. You can just keep not drawing every day and make that choice every day of not drawing. And that choice will be, you can just do that choice every day until you die. But the choice of not drawing anymore, or when you need to be ready, you'll never do it again. I don't think you'll ever do it again. And then the question or the worry will change to, why didn't do it? Why didn't do it? Why didn't I do it back then when I had the opportunity to? Because life will change and you may not have the opportunity to draw anymore. You may have some accidents. Hope not. Hope you don't have any accidents. Hope we don't have any accidents that makes us stop drawing. But it's a possibility, right? Who may face some medical emergency, whatever. Life, society might collapse. That would be impressive, anyways. That would be very impressive in my lifetime. Society collapsing in my lifetime? Wow. All of those things are things that could happen, but one thing that is uh, what is a guaranteed is that if you keep dealing that, if you keep just moving that for tomorrow, you'll probably never do it again. And that's basically the same, or the permanent solution of stopping, right? Because no one really stops an addiction. They just stop doing that choice of being addicted to it or just doing that stuff every day. And the choice of drawing is also made every day. And the past couple of months, you did the choice of not drawing, and also did that choice of not drawing. Um, and that choice has its consequences that you also have to deal with uh, emotionally. And if you have the emotional charge to emotional energy to deal with that, uh, so you can just come back without any. Of course, you'll be rusty because you're just doing you'll be doing the motions. You'll be doing the actions again after a while, and you may not remember everything. But at the same time, it's like you're coming back fresh without any expectations in dealing with problems like stopping things and coming back. And you can just, you know, at the same time that people addicted come back to their addictions because they have a because they relapse or anything like that. I feel like drawing is also like that, and you probably do the choice of not drawing every day, or not drawing, or not living a life where drawing is something that is quite common in your life, because it's mostly a choice that you make every day. And there's definitely things that distract you uh, that could also influence on that. So don't take that personally. Don't take that as like something that is fundamentally wrong with you. Sometimes it's like, oh yeah, you literally don't have energy to work with at the end of the day to draw. That would be my case, which I don't have energy to work with. Uh, what else? Uh, Another example, I don't even remember another example. Oh yeah, like influences, right? Distractions, uh, playing video games or watching too much stuff unrelated to the thing that you want to be doing, or people. People could also be an influence, because if you are in a place where people are like motivating you to draw, like I am, like people on the internet is also like motivating you to draw, I guess. The art community, yeah, it's so fun, keep drawing, learn this technique and be popular on Twitter, whatever. They also have, that element of community that makes you keep drawing. And I feel like for people that have addictions is also pretty helpful for them to have a community, right? So they don't relapse. They have a community that are worried by uh worried to just sway away from the other stuff, to sway away to other stuff, which would be drawing or any other activity that is not related to drugs or things that you're addicted to. So I feel like that's a pretty good analogy that I've seen on the internet, mostly from Dr. K, and also personal life in that sense. So I really like that perspective, and I try to translate that for drawing because it's quite relevant, right? Making the choice and living a life where people are also interested in that stuff, so you can keep going with those. You can manage those expectations and not feel like crap, because there are people that are in that same situation. And I have to read the messages. Where is it? You said about just draw some doodles, and I remember about you from YouTube. She always do cute doodles about her. I just hope that I found my own fun way to draw again, though. Uh, it's not like I found a way to have fun. It's just that drawing is already fun for me, and researching that or just being in that community is also fun. So finding the fun feels like it's supposed to be discovered, but I feel like that fun comes internally anyways. So that's probably the distinction that I would make for finding fun. Uh, I feel like uh, given more opportunities to have fun would be a more interesting approach. Opportunities, I guess, instead of finding, because I feel like you already found a fun on it. It's just that it has to bloom into a different stage. I don't know. Since I got a job in motion, education content for a specific school in my country, sometimes I do kind of feel more relieved. I don't know how I said it. I don't have the burden to make money. Yeah, that's one aspect of drawing, and any things in life that require you to live, to pay rent, and this was my case. So make money for drawing, just draw what I like. I do feel kind of that too sometimes since I got this job until now. It's funny how complicated art is in art itself. Like me, yeah, it's complicated. It's you know, I also feel like that. So don't uh so have the reassurance that people also feel like that, like that. Even people that are like way more experienced than me, people that are less experienced than me, whatever, man. Art is really hard. It's the hardest thing that I've done, and um, and what I would describe here is a lot of the things that I've learned in drawing, I can replicate in other areas. So it's pretty nice. Man, uh, I this this horn here is so bad, so bad. I guess I have to erase some areas here. Erase this part here. Yeah. Don't worry. Just pick up the pencil and draw. Because I did that. Surprisingly, I was like working on this character uh first stream. I was like first stream I did that, and then the previous stream I was like coloring that, and then now I'm just polishing it. And it's not like the polish is that good, but it takes time, right? It takes time. But that was like, I don't know. Let's throw some stuff here, like I used to. Let's make something that I'm quite used to do, which is anime girls. Because if I were like controlled by the emotion of not being good enough or thinking that I need to be better, yeah, I wouldn't be doing this. I feel like, oh my god, am I good enough to stream for people? Am I good enough to just draw and talk at the same time? I will never reach the I will never reach the moment where I'll be able to draw and talk at the same time if I don't do it, if I don't have practice. And well, I have practice. I've been like streaming for a while now, and I'm just getting back on track with that experience, of course. But that insecurity is also, it's still there, and that is also some element that has been happening in my work, because I don't feel like I have any expertise in what I'm working with. But uh, the community, the my colleagues are very receptive to you know to help me. So it makes so it makes me a bit more at ease. And I feel like art, since it's very personal and very personal, since it's very personal, and most of the endeavors here is like self-driven, because some people are like maniacs and just draw whatever and just keep getting better like forever and then ever, and they don't feel anything in their heart and their hearts, and just it's just a monster. They're just maniacs that know how to get better at drawing and just draw masterpieces over and over again. Uh, but I guess the experience of most people is just being like unsure of their progress, anyways. And I would call those people that are not really concerned about the feelings or the uh, how do I describe it? How do I describe it? It's more like being adequate in that area. They just do it. It's insane. Yeah, right. Especially my own age now. 24. It's really hard to spare my own time on drawing. I'm 25. I'm I'm older than you. That's a surprise. Sometimes I just need rest from work, burnout from work, parents, marry. Marry? Oh, I mean the expectations of getting married, right? This one's the hardest part. Yeah, uh, I understand. Do you work in drawing stuff now? Nope, definitely not. Um, but it seems like people are like creative stuff as well. Not in the same level, not at the same level, uh, or it's not like it's what they're like looking for in life, and they definitely live in that area of the work that I'm doing. So it's not like people are not passionate about the work that I'm currently in. They're like really passionate. They're like really grateful. Uh, so I'm really lucky in that scenario. But in my case, since I'm still like in that limerence stage of I love drawing. I want to have a career in drawing. I want to draw my own stuff. Oh, I can't make the sacrifice of not having enough time to just have more experience in life by having a normal job. Uh, that sentiment, that grief. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that grief of oh no, I don't have a career in drawing anymore. Oh, I can't ever be a professional Twitter artist anymore because I have a job. No, I'm kind of joking, but it's closely like uh the thoughts are quite close to those thoughts, honestly, and it kind of makes me feel depressed a little bit, especially when like I said, opportunities to have a career in this field of drawing or just having enough time to bring your projects uh, to life. Yeah. And well, if you if you catch my other streams, I guess I can explain my take on the original stuff, uh, original drawings and original IPs, whatever, original IPs. Um, it's I guess it's an opportunity to work on that because I'm really on that area where I was mostly just doing fan arts instead of things that are related to my own creative stuff. Because even in my childhood, I didn't really have like I did creative stuffs, but I wasn't like creative in a way that is like doing my own stuff, like creating my own characters or drawing my own characters, my own OCs. So this time was a pretty nice opportunity to do that. So I'll be doing that. It's just that it's hard. Has like a uh, has a different skill set that I don't have, which is planning original creations or just having time to do them. It's just taking my time to just plan them the best that I can to make the vision come to reality. I thought we were in the same age. Yeah, we are basically in the same age, I guess. Mid 20s. Yeah. Parents. Parents is hard. It's hard to explain about drawing to my parents. I'm still living with my parents now, and uh, WFH is really hard. I'm not really sure what it is, but yeah, parents. I'm really glad that I have good parents working from home. Oh, I see. Yeah, working from home and spending some time to for yourself and knowing that you're like working from home, stuff like that, right? Because it feels like you're not doing anything in the household. Yeah, I get it. But I feel like that's the reality of you know right now too. Rent is fucking expensive. It's so fucking expensive. Rent is so expensive everywhere, any place. It's so fucking expensive. Why? Why it's so expensive? Another thing that I talked about in my other streams is that you know, I moved out from my parents' home. I'm really grateful for my parents. I actually wish that I was like with my parents right now. So there's that as well to deal with emotionally. But I've been doing fine, I guess. And I'm dropping frames like crazy. Uh, I'm dropping frames. Why? I hope the I hope the live stream is nice. So if you guys can, you know, uh, point out anything that is happening in the streams, like stutter, whatever, please just tell me because I'm using my dorm's Wi-Fi basically. So so I'm not really using Ethernet. So it's a different setup from what I'm used to. So anything that happens here, yeah, blame the dorm. Because last stream I actually dropped a few times. This time it feels fine. And I guess people are still interacting with me, so it's fine. I don't even know how many people are watching me. 7 people? What? That's crazy. Anyways, mm, it's just that it's just that people just keep lurking me instead of talking with me. That's uh, that's interesting. Yep, I can't imagine if I'm not living with my own parents though, because I need to save some money for my future. Yeah, it's complicated. You know, our lives in you know our age group, our generation. Yep, it's difficult everywhere. It's the challenge of being self-sufficient. It's the challenge of working a bad job or working a jury job or trying to make a fulfilling life with working a job, I guess, but not really finding that because hiring sucks. What else? Housing market is trash, and whatever people are talking about, whatever the videos of I'm 30 and I have nothing in my bank account, whatever type of video that are like in my recommended tab these days. But it's quite common these days. I speak from experience because I'm one of them, kind of. Not anymore, I guess, hopefully. But I still feel like I'm unemployed. I still feel unemployed. I haven't seen any problems or studying. That's nice. So it's good that everything worked out well here in my end to stream because if that didn't work I wouldn't be streaming right now. Yeah, definitely I wouldn't be able to, but I'm really glad that that I have the internet speed here to work with that. Yeah, everything's so fucked up. I can't accept uh but in my own country corrupt politicians is everywhere. It's back to me now. That's complicated. I know that some countries have that chronic politician stuff happening. Australia stuff also, I've seen that happening. Whatever, some other countries. Geopolitics is it's hard. I can't really talk much about it, but Yeah, it's fucked up. And yeah, usually on the internet we just take a side and we just go with it, right? And well, my side, do people know what my side is? Being anti AI, whatever hell. Yeah, it's not like it matters much, I feel like, but it's, you know, it's interesting. Dollar exchanges to my country, money to my money currencies is fucking expensive. Taxes, can't even upgrade my own RAM because of currencies. Oh, I see. Conversions, right? Yeah. I mean, RAM is fucked everywhere. So, enough then enjoy a draw, just ignore it. It's fine. I love drawing and talking. I also just practice that. What a great way to practice drawing and talking at the same time in a different language that I don't really master. Wow. It's great. It feels like I'm working overtime with my head, even though I have to work on other stuff as well. And I also have other projects, and I also have what? Well, it's time for me to prepare my work. Uh, See you next stream. Glad you glad to be back again. Definitely, I'm glad to be back. See you. Thank you for being here. By the way, hope you get back to drawing. Well, I'm wishing the best for you in that case, because drawing is fun, and you can see that. Well, for me, I wasn't like really drawing that much, and I just came back and started drawing, and that's what matters, right? So hopefully that was inspiring enough or reassuring enough that you can take a better action tomorrow, maybe next day after tomorrow, to draw anything, cute things. No promises, no expectations. I will. Thanks. All right. See you. I'll try to enjoy more drawing. Hopefully. Just don't do things that you don't enjoy, I guess, in drawing. Surely find things that you want. Find it in yourself, I guess. Bye bye. All right. The hair is fixed, kind of. The hair is fixed. I feel like this area is a bit too light to remove some values here. 'Cause the 3D effect is not working. Uh, looks better. Man, I need to take a break. I'll be right back. Wow. Right, I'm back. Let's finish the uh let's finish the clothing, I guess. Because that's the last thing that I need to finish here, I guess. I don't think I need to polish the eyes too much. So let me check that. Oh god. I feel like I'm losing my voice. And I you can hear that I don't really talk that loud here. Even though I don't really talk that loud, I I'm still losing my voice. Why? Right, let's go. Mm. Mm. All right. So it's pretty good to see the differences here. Oh, what is this? Chubby loan. This is not a chubby loan. How do I even draw a chubby loan? Chubby girls? No. Chubby loans. Oh, it's yeah. It's way different. What the hell? The image. Let's draw like a small chubby loan here. For no reason at all. Other than having fun. So getting into this. So round. It's so round. I feel like it should be a bit thicker. Thick here. And then add is even right? Sure. Alright. Hello, Gartal. Welcome to the stream. And I'm back again with streaming, even though I'm 30 minutes away from finishing it, I guess. Maybe more than that, because I usually spend more time on drawing anyways. Uh, good. Right. So I need to do the. I feel like I could, you know, mm, make a copy of this. Actually, copy of this. This. So this is the first pass of overpaint. Uh, it's interesting because in that thumbnail stuff, this area here now it's way less defined, which has a quite interesting effect, which reduces the. It's not an eyesore anymore here. I feel like when this here has like this border here, dark and like black and white here, kind of makes a bad contrast and kind of highlight the shape a bit too much. Even though the other bank here is supposed to be a bit thicker, right? It looks thicker unless I just remove most of the material here anyways. But here it looks thinner, but since I removed most of the darkness here, dark values, it looks a bit better, I guess. The dark values and the uh, light rim light. I don't know. The horns are pretty bad. Yeah, I need to make them better. I need to finish the hair here. Uh, earphones. Uh, I'll work on them later because I can work on them separately. What I always find it intriguing is how doing overpaint, just paint over the on things that I draw. I usually draw the thing a second time with gaps like this, and I find it so funny. Yeah, now it's time to merge everything and keep working. Guess this time, not sure if I should work on merging everything again because I forgot to. Guess not. Guess I was just uh, separately again. I forgot to fix the face area, adding more volume here, darker tones. I just came back from lunch. Did I miss something? Just a little philosophical talk, psychology talk, whatever. I guess one viewer of mine, awful, was like hesitant to come back from drawing, so I was like trying to encourage them to work on drawing again. All the other stuff that I talked about in my other streams, if you want to watch. Almost feels like I drew the character again. It's pretty artistic. Welcome. Well, I'm also I'm already finishing this. I'm close to well getting back to real life as well, so I can't really spend more time on this. So maybe I'll be streaming the next day after tomorrow. So maybe I won't be able to stream uh the next day because I'm not really sure if I have energy for that. A lot of things happening in my life, so hopefully I'll be able to finish this quickly. It's difficult. There's too many things to count on here. We're just not giving a fuck anymore. We're just like, yeah, just paint this crudely. Do it like this. It'll be fine. It's okay. Please take care of your health. Definitely. I'll have a lot of opportunities to take care of my health. Uh it's just that mm, getting used to the talking and drawing and streaming and thinking about creative ideas and uh whatever. Just doing all of them at the same time, yeah. So suddenly also because when I started streaming it was a bit more gradual. The I didn't have people to watch me, and I'm not really sure how many people are watching me. By the way, 4 people. Wow, that's impressive. But like when I started, I was like streaming for nobody. It's also nice, anyways. It's not like I feel like that's bad. But gradually, I had to talk about stuff, interact, get more knowledge, whatever. But at the same time, just you know, practice that sense of urgency to draw things that I want. And oh my god, nope. I have to cut this and just do like this. This is horrible. Don't do this. Or do this. It's probably the fastest way to overpaint stuff. just need to finish this and it will be over. So I can use it as a profile picture for now. Then later I will change for something else, I guess. Especially when I don't really sure if I'll be able to do this project on stream. Um, have to have to process it internally, think about the ideas and try them out in my own time. But I know that my own time I'm using to stream, so yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll have to do the projects while streaming. Hmm. This kind of sucks. I wonder if you'll start an X or Insta account in the future. I already have my not so secret second account or the main account that I was using before. You may find me somewhere on the internet, I guess. So a few people already found me, so but I don't think they will, you know, I don't think they will expose me. Hopefully not. But it's yeah, I did some stuff on Twitter. I was like drawing VTubers then, drawing some other stuff as well from uh other fandoms. So I'm not really unfamiliar with that. But for this account, I'm not really sure if I'll be able to open the next account. Just because it's time management. I guess gradually I will be introducing people to this channel anyways, and it will be like a well-known secret in a way. And so I don't really feel like concerned about that the secrecy that much. But these days, actually, like a couple of weeks before, some people actually found me. I was talking with some other streamer, and it was pretty fun uh, to know that they discovered my Goonin account. How did I not know that? Well, it's a secret, you know. It's but it's okay. I respect that. Eventually, people will point that out. Anyways, it's just that it's I feel like there's a fun in it to not really to make parallel projects, to just make them like to encapsulate them in a way that is, you're just doing them uh, from zero, basically, nothing. And I actually enjoy that, even though it's quite lonely. It demands a lot of time. Sometimes frustrating because people start there yet. Start there. It's not there yet. And I feel like I need to add elves here. It's almost time to go. All right. I wish I could finish this, but I don't think I'll be able to. Because it's too much. Too much. And I forgot to add the. God damn it. Thing here. Now, social media is it's a pretty cool thing. Well, I'm streaming, so it's a social media kind of. But at the same time, yeah, I've been trying to stop using them as much, especially when I have things to do after work or before work. So can't be spending much time on them anymore. So it's kind of hard to manage those things. Oh, it's supposed to have a kind of a dark accent here. The YouTube is also social media. Trying to get quit uh YouTube is hard, right? So many things to watch. Music, news. Things have to change in order to feel like that like those things are not really relevant to you anymore. But it's hard. It's really hard. Yeah, this is way better. Way better. Let me just save this just in case. Alright. So yeah. Just place them here. Make a copy of this. Actually, I don't even need a copy here. Just this. Over. It's called line. Seems nice. Let's just frame this. And save. And let's wait for the thumbnail. I have a couple of minutes here. It's impressive that I was like quite consistent on making like 3 hours of stream. But I'm tired. I'm really tired. And also have shit to do. uh, um, well, I like the right one. I guess the right one has like a sincere quality of it. It's just that I feel like I need to control my hand in terms of making it too heavy. And I have this tendency of making art, uh, some of the features a bit uh, too dark, and a bit too detailed, when I shouldn't, I guess. So the sketch version, or the version that has like less features or things to imagine, or more things to imagine, to leave things for the viewer to interpret. I guess it makes a better impression, right? But there are like so many things that uh, they're like bad, like the features of the hands here that is a bit too, you know, there's not, uh, it's quite undefined. Here is a bit too defined, I guess. Mm, coloring as well. I guess when I start rendering and just painting over a lot of the features, tends to get a bit too dark in some areas, in a way that is, you know, subtracting from the experience, I guess. Um, but I like the feeling of being like very, very packed in, but at the same time, my personal liking, the artists that I like, they're mostly just they have that ethereal uh vibe to it. They usually use lighter colors. Uh, they they do use like quite of a uh, high contrast values. Um, so they have like a dynamic range that is quite large. So they have like very dark blacks and like extremely white values. So they have a better control on that than me. I was just doing whatever, especially when I was talking. When talking, I don't really think much. So next stream, I have no idea. Maybe I should use this as the profile picture for now. I have to make some adjustments, so I'll be doing that later, to just uh, add to the profile picture. Uh, About other plans, I'm not really sure. I guess I have to actually plan what I was what I needed to plan instead of venting most of the problems and most of the grief that I was feeling about, the whole the few months that I was out. Uh, and just live with it and just, have to work. The work is never over, right? That's the title of the stream. About the title of the next stream? I have no idea. Um, Planning and immediately giving up. That would be a pretty good title. I guess I will do that. Planning and giving up, and just go draw something. Hmm. I have a few ideas that I could go for. In case of just drawing stuff, which is to continue some of the portfolio stuff that I was doing and just try to paint over that stuff, especially when it's easier. I already have the files, anyways, or just doing some sketches instead and just working on draftsmanship instead of rendering works. I could also spend some time on uh, like getting better at the line quality, so I don't have to refactor most of the features later. Because from the let's see, because I guess I spent like 6 hours on color alone and around like an hour or so to sketch, or a bit more than that. And I remember that when I was working on drawings back then, I was like doing some sketches. Uh, I usually spend like an hour or so to make a nice profile angle anime character. Um, for like full body, it tends to take more like 2 hours, 3 hours. So it's a bit more demanding, especially when I need to hunt for the proper references or just use my brain for anatomy. Um, but there's like a lot of options that I could pick from. I feel like for like from one objective from one plan, it would be pretty nice to have a better draftsmanship skills, like drawing faster and making sketches and drawing like different sketches that are like ready to go to render, and then not really improving the rendering, or just because the drawing holds itself in a way. Or I could just go for uh, light and shadows again and work on the rendering again, because I just have that need to look for better strategies to render stuff, especially when blending. Because usually when I see artists doing that, they just define the light source and they have a quite defined uh, shadow layer, and then they over time during their uh, just adding more ambient occlusion, ambient light, they tend to get in kind of blended together with the character, even if the character feels like it's lit, like their entire body is lit pretty well, but it still has that well defined uh well defined shadow from before, from the sketch. So I really like that. I really wish I could do that naturally. But I guess I did once from one character. Because I defined the shadow layer, defined the light source, and made like bold shapes for the shadows to work with. And then after that, I started to add the other elements, and it worked out pretty well. But I have to practice. I don't know. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Uh, I really appreciate people that is coming back here to say hi. Uh, I hope you guys are also drawing. Um, I'm not really sure if drawing along with me will be nice. I've heard people doing that as well, so that's pretty nice to hear. Hopefully this stream will be a pretty good one to listen to. I don't think I have like anything that uh that bad and to just distract you from drawing. I don't know. So yeah, thank you everyone. See you next stream, which I'm not really sure if I'll be able to stream at the same time, around the same time. So yeah, see you next stream. Thank you everyone. Bye bye. My back.